All right, who can tell me what I'm doing, how, and why? Answers come up in an upcoming future video. Okay, folks, I did a short on this. This is an old piece of wood, probably about 50 years old, come off of a burnt house. I think this was probably went to the deck. What I'm doing is I'm using my planer to clean it up, get the dirt off of it, smooth it up a little bit before I sand it. Now, I could put me a fresh belt on my sander with a tough grit and get the sanding, but that costs electricity. Electricity is high. I've got planers and I got time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty that up and get it cut down and everything. Y'all might can tell that's where I've already been working on it. And that's what it looked like when I was getting started. Places like that I will work on. I won't get them all the way out, but I'll work on them. It's got little cut places in it and stuff too. I'll fix all that up and then I'll cut this thing down into certain sizes and use for a little desktop thing for her to use with her chair for outside or inside whenever she doesn't want to be locked inside that little cabinet area that she uses. So, be more on this later, I reckon. I really need to take my planer in there. That's the planer I'm using. And for those y'all don't understand why I say I ain't got the space or area to do certain things. Well, this is the work area I'm using. Old table saw that don't work no more. Well, it works, but it don't cut worth a darn. And it's not because of the blade. It's the arbor on the inside of it. It's wobbly inside of there, and that's dangerous. Eventually, one day, I'll get me a new and better table saw to use. That'll help some. Inside, I've got an old folding table that I've got some of my tools on. Guess I could use it too, but it still doesn't allow for being able to clamp things down and hold them and stuff like that. Plus, this is old pine, old decking. Yeah, this is the grade of wood I've got to work with. Yeah, so can't really afford to go out and buy fresh type of woods that I need to make different things. Now, one day I can get things going good. I will do just that. I'll get better tools. I'll get me a space to work in and all like that. And then y'all better watch out. I'll be tearing it up. But for now, I do what I can do with what I got and how I can do and take up some of my time and utilize that and keep myself moving. That'd be another reason to go in because I've been out here a couple of hours and standing up to do this is hard on somebody with nerve damage to the spinal cord, which is why I'm 100% disabled. Well, folks, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I was in bad enough shape. I wasn't supposed to come up off the table when they operated on me. I wasn't supposed to move neck down if I did. So I think I'm banging 1,000. But you combine that with bad eyesight and seeing things wrong and not the kind of good conditions you'd want to work in. You know, but you do what you can do when you can, how you can. That's what Piggy does. And this might take me a few days. It might take me a few weeks. It might take me a few months. But I won't spend any electricity on it. This be all hand tools. I even got me a handsaw over there in that chair that I'm going to use to cut this thing down. I get a thinner cut that way too, so I don't waste as much wood. So that's it for now. Might add to this later. Might show you sharpening my blade on my planer. We'll see. Okay, folks. There's one board. There's the other board. Both the same board. I cut that out with that handsaw of mine. I still got a piece of that board, that big long board I showed you. Still about 25 inches of it left outside. These two pieces are 29 inches. You can see where I've cleaned up on that one some. I've cleaned up on that one a lot. That's part of it. Using that thing right there. Little hand planer. Now I'm going to clean up on this one. When I'm done, I'll get a lot of those imperfections out and what I can't get out. I'll put some glue, wood filler in, and then I'll cut them down into smaller pieces lengthwise. And that will be the legs for what I'm going to make.